Get you on the news. I get your face in the news that they show them how you are manipulating your system.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. You may be familiar with various reality shows on television that telecast weight loss journeys in their way, but My 600 Pound Life stands out from the rest of them because it revolves around the real lives of the people and it documents their daily do activities. It also helps people to shed off their pounds as soon as possible. But unfortunately, some patients can't manage to lose weight or even maintain a successful weight loss. So, stay tuned as we will show you the biggest fails Dr. Now has seen on My 600 Pound Life. James L.B. Bonner. James L.B. Bonner was one of them who became a fan favorite of the viewers in Season 6 of My 600 Pound Life. While struggling with food and alcohol addiction, he also lost his foot after an ATV crash. Because of all that, he gained almost 650 pounds. And therefore, he decided to contact Dr. Now to seek his help and to turn his life around as he was unable to look after himself. He went through his gastric bypass surgery and shed almost half of his weight by sticking to his diet and exercise plans. According to Starcasm, he had become a social media star as more than 8,000 people started following him on Facebook. He was doing a brilliant job by losing so much of his weight that My 600 Pound Life show started putting his photo and videos on television, which might have spoiled his follow-up episode. Well, by the end of the show, it was clear that James L.B. Bonner was a real success story. But, according to People magazine, a sad, tragic event happened in the summer of 2018 when James Bonner committed suicide at age 30. His aim behind ending his own life is not known to the public. He took his life with a single, self-inflicted gunshot to the head, though his family came forward to share some of his struggles before his death. Penny Sager. It takes a lot of courage to do work with Dr. Now, and it is not easy to appear on My 600 Pound Life, as any of the former participants would describe it. But, unfortunately, you will see that some patients aren't willing or ready to quit overeating. Such is the case with a patient who appeared in the show in Season 2, Penny Sager. At the beginning of her weight loss journey, she lost 40 pounds on her controlled diet, which shows a ray of hope to Dr. Now. Therefore, he approved her for weight loss surgery. After the gastric bypass surgery, she started gaining weight up to 5 pounds instead of losing it. It was clear that she was having junk food under the radar of Dr. Now. Eventually, she left the show and moved to Maryland against Dr. Now's advice. He said about Penny that her food addiction would kill her in the future, and it would not take much time. James King. When James King appeared on the show, he was unable to move or leave his bed because of cellulitis, painful skin infection, and because of his weight that was around 800 pounds. On the other hand, King's family had done a lot for him as a token of love. Her daughter left her school to look after him, and his father managed all the expenses for him, such as refinancing his home to get King to Dr. Now's hospital through ambulance. Isn't that a lot to do?
You gonna give me one little rig, bro?
I gave you 2.
Oh.
When King joined Dr. Now's weight loss program, he wasn't happy, even though he hadn't lost the weight as per Dr. Now's expectations. He shed weight a little bit during the supervision, but after some time, viewers witnessed that King had started gaining a lot. His weight had reached 840 pounds. Dr. Now told him to leave if he wasn't in a state to continue the program. Dr. Now called Adult Protective Services on James King's girlfriend when he found out that his girlfriend was bringing food for him under his radar in the hospital. Therefore, King's organs started failing. He also then canceled him once again because King is not showing any improvement. According to TMZ, James King died at the age of 39 in April of 2020. Sheeny Murray. No one can deny the fact that Sheeny Murray had a tragic and horrific childhood.
You don't want to listen, so don't try to teach me medicine.
Oh, I'm not trying to teach you medicine.
When she appeared on My 600 Pound Life, viewers got to know about her that not only sexually abused as a child, but her condition got so worse that she had to visit a doctor because she wasn't able to use the bathroom. Isn't it heartbreaking that a child has gone through this? I wish no child ever has to go through this. To deal with this horrific pain, Murray started eating food as a defense mechanism at a very early age. Her overeating didn't stop until she was 780 pounds. To turn her life around, Murray hopefully contacted Dr. Now in this regard, but she never got approved by Dr. Now as she stopped following the diet regime and exercise plan given by him. Her husband was caught red-handed for creating trouble for her. He is seen bringing pizza and burgers to the hospital for her in her room. Dr. Now wondered if she was ever meant for this weight loss program, because she doesn't even try to lose weight. She should leave the program if she is not willing to adhere to the program. Murray even has posted some of her videos on her YouTube channel. On her Facebook page, she has claimed that she has lost some of her weight. We hope that's true.
Baby,
back
stop.
home. No,
Baby,
I'm not
you
about
came
to
too
do
far
this.
for that, man. You came too far. You worked your ass.
The Asante Brothers. If you are a fan of My 600 Pound Life, then you know that none of the stars of My 600 Pound Life were more scandalous than the Asante Brothers, particularly Stephen Asante. They were brothers by blood, but Stephen's behavior towards Justin was not very brotherly. At first, Stephen started pretending that he was following the diet regime given by Dr. Now, but he had been seen binge-eating junk foods on the show beneath everyone's nose. His tactic was to manipulate and bully everyone around him, including his father, just to get whatever he wanted. He was addicted to painkillers. Once he did his utmost best to get painkillers by stealing Justin's while he was healing from his surgery. According to Reddit AMA, Stephen's behavior towards Justin was always abusive, and it started in childhood. As a viewer, you can even witness this. Therefore, because of Stephen's behavior, Justin quit the show, even though his father and Dr. Now wanted him to continue.
Get you in the news. I get your face in the news that they show them how you are manipulating your system.
Justin accused the show of blackmailing him to continue, and in a Reddit post that is now deleted. According to the sources, Stephen is out of the program too. Well, here's a hope that they both are getting the medical care they require. Sean Milliken. When Sean Milliken was featured on the show, everyone became his fans, as he was showing the great signs of losing weight.
To encourage him, so he's going to have to depend on himself. And
at the initial stage, his weight was almost 900 pounds, but because of his outstanding struggle, he was capable of weight loss surgery. Because he tried his utmost best to get rid of his immobility by turning things around according to him. He then lost hundreds of pounds that helped him to regain his confidence to walk. According to his follow-up episode of My 600 Pound Life, it was visible that he was putting his best to work things out. Everything was going great in line with the plan, but in 2018, as he stated in a follow-up video released by TLC, a tragedy happened, and Milliken's mother died from renal failure. Understandably, he was devastated because of his mother's death, as they both were so close to each other. But that's a fact that she was the only support for him. After her departure, he had to move out of his apartment that was in Houston because he has to start living alone. After that, another grief-full event happened. He passed away in February of 2019. The cause of death was the complications caused by an infection in the hospital. His father wrote on Facebook he was having problems with his breathing. They were able to resuscitate him, and a short time later, his heart stopped. He was only 29 years old. Dr. Now divorce period. People don't watch My 600 Pound Life show only for the stars, as the real star of the show is Dr. Now. His way of dealing with patients made him the hero, and that's why he earned all the appreciation of the fans. But still,
It's funny. You have a gastric bypass.
I had a gastric bypass.
there is so much Dr. Now's personal life that fans are not aware of. He hasn't just seen the biggest failures in the show, as in the name of the patients. He has faced some in his personal life as well. He has worked in My 600 Pound Life as a surgeon for the past 40 years. His estimated net worth is up to $6 million. According to sources, he is currently divorced, and his initial wife was Dolores McRedmond, who has worked as a secretary. They both tied the knot in 1975, but after staying together for 27 years, she filed for a divorce in 2002 with a courts battle that took 2 years. She claimed that Dr. Now has exhibited cruel treatment and no support. After fighting for 2 years straight, the court rested the case in favor of Dolores McRedmond. The court claimed that Dr. Now complicated the discovery process by concealing and withholding records, obstructing discovery, asserting baseless privileges, failing to disclose essential information, denying access to records, and failing to comply with court orders. The divorce proceedings had finalized in 2004, and Dr. Now's ex-wife had gotten 70% of the significant sum of money Dr. Now had accumulated from his career. So that was the biggest fails that Dr. Now has ever seen on My 600 Pound Life. Well, he has gone through some of his failures in his personal life as well. But never mind. So how was the video? Do share your views with us by commenting down below. Before leaving the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.